Hello, I'm William White.
Hello, I am Jonas Newhouse.
Hi, I'm Isaac Johnson.
We're at Bit Johnson. We're here today to talk to you about some things, some information things. So,
None of us knew each other before college.
nope.
We all moved to college, and then I met him and her.
First day, yeah.
Because we were in an orientation group together.
Yep.
Then I showed up later.
Okay, so initially, we were called 8-Bit Dildo. Censor that if you want to. 8-Bit Boop. And it was myself, William White, and Aaron Spry.
Yeah.
And the idea was Aaron Spry was playing bass, and William and I would alternate on guitar and drums, because we had no drummer and didn't know anybody who played drums. And that just didn't work out. We also tried to be a punk band, but that didn't really work either.
Oh.
Still trying. Not happening.
Basically, in a huge wrap-up of like how 8-Bit Johnson came to be is I came to college wanting to start a band. Jonas came to college wanting to start a band. We met each other. I didn't like him, but we both played music, so I was like, I'll do it anyway. We got together. We wrote a couple songs. It was fantastic. We got Aaron Spry, which I didn't want her in the band either because I didn't like her. Mm-hmm. But Jonas was like, let's do it. She's a bass player. So we did that. We practiced a couple times, found out we needed a drummer. And him and I were actually supposed to be in a different band together.
So basically, this is a band made up of people that William hates.
Yeah.
We actually, the first show that 8-Bit Dildo played was without Aaron, even. It was William and myself and this guy named Goonie, who is formerly of Anthony and Those Other Guys, which you can probably see on the Anthony and Those Other Guys YouTube channel, William White channel.
Largle Scroggle.
Largle Scroggle. But that was a weird show. It was at a wedding after party.
A fake wedding after party.
Fake wedding after party, yes.
Yeah.
And I was there.
He was.
That's right.
Before we even
Just
thought
to
about
add
him
to the
being in it.
timeline, yeah. I was present.
He was a fan before he was in the band. So that's like a success story for you.
Yeah.
You
I
have to be-
suppose. A success story that I wasn't even aware of or cared about until it happened.
Yeah,
Next.
that's pretty good.
Alright, cool.
Next fucking question.
Next.
Let's get this titty show on the road.
8-Bit Johnson, which is us, is working on recording right now an album called You Like 8-Bit Johnson. It's been in the works for the last year and a half since we all formed. The songs have been written over the last year and a half and like practiced and polished and stressed over, and there are tears in the songs. But it came to our attention a while ago that our terrible basement garage band recordings were not cutting it. It just didn't really represent the way we actually felt like we sounded. I like the way they sound. I think we all kind of like the way they sound.
Yeah.
They don't sound like us.
Yeah. Can I just say, when you said our terrible basement, I thought you were going to say our terrible bass player.
I think you found J Sharp, right?
Yeah, no. Ross Penning actually got in contact with me because I was talking about wanting to record, and he let me know last year that there was a studio based out of Cyrus, which was like just weird because Cyrus is a really, really small town where nobody lives. There was a studio, and we went and checked it out, and it actually ended up being like pretty good. It's this the J Sharp studio. If you go to their page or something, they have this wonderful description of like what it is exactly, and it says J Sharp Studios is a studio run by an 80s rocker who still has something left to give.
Yeah.
Which is very much what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in a garage. It's super cool. And the best part is he only charges $100 a song, and he charges by the song. So that is really helpful for us because it means we know exactly how much money there is.
Hence
Yeah.
the fundraiser.
Not boring funds.
Fun funds.
I'm hoping that through this we'll end up working with more Morris bands as well, which would be
Yeah.
awesome.
We can point a couple Vincent Valentino.
Vincent Valentino can head
and the
in there,
known
yeah.
associates.
So if you're a Morris band looking at this video, talk to J Sharp Studios on Facebook.
Cyrus, Minnesota.
Cyrus, Minnesota.
What is album?
Yep.
What the album?
Yep.
Okay, You Like 8-Bit Johnson is the album. That is the album that we are recording, and we are raising funds to. That is a collection of songs that we've written over this past year as a band, and it's a majority of them are songs from our very first set of writing when we first started writing. And the first show that we did at Station 4, a majority of the songs on the album are directly from that set. Mm-hmm. But we've replaced and added songs based on how we wanted the sound of the album to be.
Yeah.
It ends up being more consistent this way.
We have 3 albums worth of songs written, and so what we kind of had to do was group them, because we realized there are groups of songs that kind of sound similar or feel similar. So I think this will be less of a group of songs and more of like a journey through the songs. They're all they flow together. We made sure that they I don't know, they transition well, energy wise, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to record. Hopefully, fun to listen to.
Yeah, and there's a good separation of songs that you've written and songs that I've written and songs that we all wrote, and there's songs that we wrote together and songs that Maddie Gressman and Dee Dee Barr wrote.
I've been saying this a lot because when we launched the Indiegogo campaign a week and a half ago, I kind of thought we'd raise maybe half the money if we were lucky.
Yeah.
And we're already 3/4 of the way there, I think.
I thought we were gonna raise $25, and then play some more shows and get it together. But it's been very
and it's I'm constantly telling everybody this is the most important thing. When it gets done, will have been the most important thing I've ever done. At least for me personally.
No,
I think for a lot of us, this is super important to us. It's important for us. It's big.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be part of a band that recorded an album, and it just never happened. And I was almost never part of a band, really. It was things would form and I would be alone. But this is starting last year with 8-Bit Dildo. Even with how good things started going, right from the get-go, we were writing a song a week, if not more. And even from that, I didn't think we would ever honestly record. Or at least as soon as we are.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And I think that's we owe the fact that there's a studio in Cyrus to that, because I don't think we'd be doing this otherwise.
No, absolutely.
It would cost a lot more, and we'd have to travel a lot farther.
Yeah.
So we are lucky.
Yeah. We're so super lucky. I think this is a really big step for us. It's a real step from being a band to being a recording band, a studio recording band. I don't know. It's a really, really big threshold for us to be crossing. I guess any last words for the camera? Aaron, do you have anything to add? Keep sharing. Keep telling everybody to consider getting on board however they can. We just need support.
Oh, I have a thing. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're right.
I have a thing that you talked about earlier was if by some miracle we go over the goal,
yes,
what will the proceeds be used for?
We are still in the talks, but it's looking right now because we have about 50 days left and a very small percentage, at least, of our money to raise. So it's looking like there's a chance we'll end up being able to raise more than we set out to, which would cover more than just recording the songs. So we kind of have been talking about what we want to do with that excess money. I don't know, t-shirts, I think is what we're looking at. So if we can get there, and we'll announce this more formally if it happens, but if we can exceed our goal, we're putting money into t-shirts, and we will sell you guys t-shirts and get t-shirts for you guys. Because I know a lot of you have actually been asking us, and we've been asking us to do it.
Yeah.
They're designed.
Thanks, everybody.
8-Bit Johnson out.
Nice.
Cool. Nice. Yeah.
I ate all of the Starburst except for 3.
I need one of those.
I want one.
Sports. Good luck.